Today I'm going to show you the 5 best decks to use for the new meta. The number 5 best deck to use for the current meta definitely has to be this Mortar deck. It's been going around a lot recently, guys, and it just works so well with the new evolved Skarmy, because the Skarmy just feeds up your Skelly King ability whenever you play it, so it's really good. And also, I noticed that one of the best things you can pair with the evolved Skarmy has to probably be the Miner, because you can just get that Miner down at the last second to, like, tank for your captain and stuff and just get so much damage. Also, this is kind of a bad start. This guy does get a pretty good Prince connection, but it's okay. And guys, each of the decks in today's video are going to be the best for you based on what your playstyle is, so I feel like a deck like this is really good for players who like to have good control in their deck, but also have the opportunity to punish their opponents heavily when they make a mistake. Because even though certain decks, like for example Miner Rocket is a really good deck, it doesn't really have any punish factor to it. Like if your opponent overspends a lot, you can't really punish them for it, you know, because you just don't have almost any pressure, you know, so that's why I think a deck like this could be really nice for a lot of people. We do get a pretty good defense here against the recruits, and I guess I'll just go for my Mortar as well, because he spent most of his stuff. If he goes for a Hog, you know, we just have minions. Actually, I'm just going to go for minions here on the Valkyrie, and if he gets a Hog, we can just always play our Dart Goblin or something like that. I feel like it's worth it to take the arrows here on the Evo Archers. He may try to Hog Rider though, guys, and if he does, I'm going to be pretty low on Elixir. Okay, just go for the arrows. I mean, we take that. I'm actually going to Dart Goblin the bridge here, and now we have our Evo Skarmy, so this should be pretty nice for us. And he really can't even go in for much right now, because if he tries to go in for like a Hog Rider or something, all we have to do is just Evo Skarmy. Even on the Prince right here, we could just Evo Skarmy, but I think I'll save the Skarmy for the Hog Rider, just because I know it's going to be a reliable counter. He does have arrows though, guys, so if he goes for arrows, it's not really going to be good. Okay, nice. General's alive right here. Our Skarmy's all going towards the tower. He does have to get a whole Valkyrie down, but since he played the Valkyrie, now our Mortar gets right on the tower, and you guys can already see exactly how this deck punishes people. Just from those little sequences like that, you can just get so much damage, and wow, Mortar just takes his entire tower, my gosh. He even has Zap, he has arrows. He has a lot of counters to Swarmy cards, but it doesn't even matter. We just take an easy win here, and we'll move on to the next deck. With a lot of the nerfs affecting those Golem decks and some of those Goblin Giant Pekka decks, I think that RG is going to be quite a bit better this meta, guys, and this RG Monk deck is especially strong. You can always play the Ghost instead of Monk, though, if you don't have champions leveled up. And also, guys, the Ghost will be getting an evolution probably midway through the season, I would assume, so once that comes out, we could probably fit in like an Evo Ghost over the Monk and then just put Hunter as its non-Evo form. I think our opponent right here might actually have a Balloon deck, so I'm just going to go for an aggressive RG, and then we have the Monk ability just to reflect the Bomb Tower onto itself. You could be pretty aggressive with RG in the right scenario if you just know what your opponent has. I know this guy's playing Balloon, and I know he doesn't really have much DPS, so yeah, just kind of easy to get aggressive RG pushes when their cycle is bad. If they waste the Musketeer, they really don't have much DPS for the RG besides the Bomb Tower, which just isn't really enough to deal with it. I'm just going to go for the Monk in the back right here, and if he tries to get a Balloon or something, you know, we just have our Hunter, maybe a Fireball if we need it. Okay, I'm going to go for the Hunter right here, and I might need to get a Fireball down, but let's see what he does, though. Alright, Hunter's going to do a good job. He might get, like, a Balloon hit here. Yeah, he gets a Balloon hit, but we get a counter-pushing Hunter out of it, so honestly, I'm not too mad about that. I'm going to go ahead and pop the Monk ability. We don't really block anything, but we're just like buying time for our RG. Oh, there's the Evo Snow. Man, the Evo Snow could have just saved this guy's life, dude. Without the Evo Snow right here, he'd probably have lost his whole tower. We're looking good though, guys, and also he has no Evo Snow now to play onto my Hunter. Just going to get my E-Spirit here, then Skelly's up high, and we counter that pretty nicely. Honestly, I feel like this deck is very good for just getting players better at kind of recognizing how to control a game, because I feel like with this deck, it's a very momentum-based type of deck, and also you can learn cool King Tower activations with your Fisherman and stuff like that, which is pretty cool. Oh, that was honestly a great Musketeer by this guy. Dang, that actually kind of messed us up. I could Fireball, but I feel like I just let this get a hit and then just, you know, go all in. And it's really easy to just be really aggressive with RG, guys, when you have the Evo Hunter in cycle, because look at this Hunter, man. It's just going to completely shred through the Balloon here, and he has, like, no way to get damage through all of that. RG actually does not get any hits on the tower, but we're still in such a good positioning that I feel like only a crazy Balloon Snowball is really going to be able to mess us up. Oh, nice! Let's go! Bro, that Evo Hunter was working overtime there, guys, with that little net. We'll just go in for the RG now. We have our monk down, and there's just nothing he can do to defend our push right here, literally. Oh, he just barely didn't hit our monk there with the Evo Snow. If he had hit our monk there, that would have actually been kind of insane. Alright, I guess I'll just take my Fireball right here, and that should allow our RG to maybe get a shot on the tower. Yeah, RG does get right on the tower, man. RG always gets too many hits. It somehow got 2 hits. I regret to inform you guys of this, but Recruits is the number 3 best deck for this season. And guys, you could play this deck so dumbly and so aggressively, you can literally Recruits first play, and it's actually a good play. If you do face Witch and Wizard every game, though, you might want to not do that, but for the majority of players, you can pretty easily just be very aggressive with this deck and usually get away with it. If you do struggle a lot against Witch or Wizard, you can feel free to add a Golden Knight in your deck over the Electro Spirit, or you can also even try to add a Fireball over the E-Spirit or one of your 2 spells. You can replace that with the Fireball. Our opponent here does have the Battle Ram, actually, which is kind of interesting. We're just going to get a nice and cheap Barbaro here, which is going to kill the Mother Witch, and we do get a pretty nice start. When you go for the early Recruits in the back, guys, you don't really do it to get damage most of the time. You more so just do it to get to your Evolution Recruits. Now, the Evo Recruits actually got a small nerf last season to where they charge after 2.5 tiles of moving, as well as the Prince and the Ram Rider. They both got that nerf as well. But I feel like that's not really going to affect the Evo Recruits much at all. They're still so hard to stop, and they still are going to be charging like crazy across the map. It's honestly kind of illegal, the fact that Recruits can charge with the Evolution. It never felt right to me. This guy actually does defend pretty good with his own Recruits. Dang, this is kind of bad for me, actually, guys, because he gets quite a few Elixir out of this pump. I kind of wish I had a Fireball right now, but it's okay. We still get our arrows to do a little something. He does go for Mirror Recruits. What the heck? I'm not going to cycle my Cage early right here because I know he has the Battle Ram, so kind of have to hold on to our Cage for that, and we just have to try to defend these Recruits with whatever else we have here. Alright, man, there goes his Evo E-Drag. Kind of worried about this card, honestly. The Evo E-Drag is actually going to be a pretty big issue. We're doing a really good job right now, though. As you guys can see, we're kind of just spacing out our stuff, so he's not really able to get a crazy E-Drag chain or something like that. Dang, his E-Drag actually almost got my king up right there. I'm going to go for a 3-to-1 Piggy split here, guys, just to get 1 Piggy tanking for the Flying Machine. Getting split Piggies is actually quite a good thing to do most of the time. It's not that often that you go same lane Piggies with this deck, I feel like. Unless your opponent just doesn't have too many spells. Bro, how many Recruits are on the board right now? Oh my gosh. Holy smokes, guys. He has Mirror Recruits, he has normal Recruits. We do kill his Mother Witch, though, so we're looking pretty good right now, I would say. You can see we're just trying to get the fights always happening on our side of the map. When you're facing another Recruits player, you always want to be the person who plays their Recruits second, not the one who plays it first. Nice, we pull in his Monk! Let's go! Wait, what the heck? Guys, the Monk is like abilitied up in the cage. I never seen a Monk with the ability inside a cage. That is weird, man. Oh wait, our Flying Machine gets on the tower. What is he doing? Hello? Did this guy just pass out? Possibly one of the best defensive decks in the game right now, and the number 2 deck overall in this meta is going to have to be Goblin Drill. This deck actually is very interesting right now because the Furnace supposedly got a nerf in the last balance changes. They made it so it walks a little bit faster than it used to, but believe it or not, that actually feels like a buff in some matchups to the Furnace, because when you're facing something like a Poison deck, before the Poison would always fully counter the Furnace, but now because it walks quicker, it will sometimes like just barely get to the tip of the Poison, and it will, you know, almost die. It's just about to die, but then it spawns another Fire Spirit that's outside of the Poison now, so your opponent still usually has to play more Elixir onto it, and that's really just because of the change to its movement speed. Oh wait, I kind of poisoned a little bit too forward, but we still get the Witch in there. Yeah, we're chilling. Also, we have Delivery here as well. The Delivery just makes this deck feel like you're on training wheels. I'm not even joking, guys. You can play so bad with this deck sometimes, and the fact that you have like Delivery, all this broken defensive stuff just makes it so you're able to get away with so many things so easily. I think our opponent does have Giant Graveyard right here, so we're going to have to have some pretty good defense to stop these big bowler giant pushes that he's probably going to throw our way pretty soon. Yeah, he does go in for the Giant and the Graveyard as well, right as I mention it. I didn't have my Poison in cycle, otherwise I probably would have gone for the Poison right here. Just going to get a late Snowball. That's actually a very good Snowball. Nice, guys. We can just get a Cannon, too. You don't always have to Poison the Graveyard. Most of the time it is a good idea to poison the Graveyard. Okay, that bowler just did me dirty. Yeah, mostly it's good to poison the graveyard, but sometimes Furnace plus Berserker can deal with it. You know what, guys? I'm just going to go for the front drill right here. And guys, one of the most important things about playing drill is always switching up your positions. You always want to... I mean, like, the front position is always the most ideal, so you want to go for that often, but you always want to also sometimes go for, like, side drills or slightly skew the placement of your frontal Goblin Drill. Okay, our opponent does get the Evo Witch in the back, but Evo Witch got quite a nerf to the amount that it heals, so I'm hoping that it's going to be a little bit easier to deal with it, hopefully. I'm just going to get another Goblin Drill down. He's probably going to get, like, guards. Yeah, he gets the guards, but we have our Evo Snowball, so we're basically guaranteed damage. Bro, Evo Snowball plus Drill is almost guaranteed to get you a big connection. We get a nice delivery down here on the Evo Witch, and you could see it's healing, but just not nearly as much as it used to. I'm going to get my drill down right here, and since we have like our Evo Furnace and everything, I feel like we can kind of afford to just spam him a little bit, and yeah, I think this is really nice. Yeah, nice, our Furnace stays alive. Okay, now it doesn't, but still, man, he just is really struggling here. Okay, wait, my cycle's actually really bad right now, guys. We're going to have to get a nice delivery on the floor here. Oh, snap, that's a lot of damage. Hold up. Berserker is chipping away at the Giant, though. Berserker got a nerf to its hit speed, but I feel like it still gets the job done almost always. At least so far from what I've been testing with it. Okay, let's just go for the frontal drill right here. Then we just have to make sure this bowler doesn't somehow get on my tower. The bowler is literally a heat-seeking missile sometimes, man. I hate it. Okay, nice. We do kill the bowler here. We just gotta watch out for this evolved witch mainly. So we could just go for the... Well, I was gonna say we could furnace the back. Oh, snap. He gets the Evo Skarmy, guys. Hold up, please. Kill that. Oh, thank goodness we killed the general there. But wait a minute. Since I played that, now I'm gonna be in a little bit of trouble on this other side. No. Oh, no. This is bad. Wait, I think delivery might save me, though. No! Guys, this is so bad right now. He's just gonna bowler. No, he goes for the witch. Okay, interesting. I'm kind of surprised he didn't just go for his bowler there. Guys, we do have our Evo Snowball, so maybe now could be our chance to do something. If we have any chance to do something, it's right now, so... Yeah, we get this down. He does get his guards down, but we get our Snowball Evo? Come on! We get a little bit of damage there. Let's just go for the poison here. I think we just literally have to spell cycle him, guys. We don't have the possibility to defend right here. I mean, I'm going to try the cannon, but... I think the drill might take it if we just poison. Yeah, with the poison, we take the win here, man. That was a little bit close at the end. And now the #1 deck for the current meta. I'm going to try to show you guys how to play it, guys. It is going to be this Minor Poison deck right here. I actually used this deck to finish #1 in the world last season. And I mean, no, #3 in the world last season, I meant to say. But Muhammad Light finished #1 in the world last season with this deck. Yeah, I finished #3, he finished #1. But yeah, it's really strong, man. It has really good defense, really good offense. You can just beat pretty much any matchup in the game with this deck if you play it right. I mean, some of the harder matchups might be something like Recruit's Golden Knight could be a bit difficult, or some Rocket decks may be a little bit difficult, but man, almost anything you could beat with this deck, so you have a chance at least in just about every single matchup, which is really nice, in my opinion. I like to have a deck that can just outplay stuff, you know, so love playing something like this. We do get our Miner down right here, and we can also get an aggressive poison, because he's up a little bit of damage, so we gotta come back somehow right here. I think our Evo Wall Breakers are probably gonna connect here. Yeah, he does go for the log, but we still get a little bit of a connection there, so not too bad. Guess I'll just get my Ice Wizard down right here. We do also have our Evo Skellies, which do catch his Miner very nicely. Kind of have to bar barrel those so the bats don't do too much. Nice, guys. We can even try to sneak our Miner in, maybe. Yeah, I'm going to sneak my Miner in just so that way we get full advantage of this low HP Ice Wizard, just forcing out a few extra Elixir. Or we get a bit of tower damage. Yeah, that's actually pretty good tower damage. We get his Goblin Hut to the side to soak up the Wall Breakers, and it's also going to defend his Spear Goblins pretty nicely as well. Nice, great start. Our Spear Goblins might get a little bit of damage. Okay, he goes for the log. For the Wall Breakers here, he's probably going to have to bats, or... Yeah, he goes for the bats, okay. Man, I kind of have to poison the floor. You hate to see it, but didn't really have much better to do for those. The Evo bats are kind of hard to deal with. The normal ones we can just Ice Wizard onto, but it's all good. We do get our Miner down right here. Honestly, I think I'll just ignore his Wall Breakers, because I'd have to overspend on them. I could have went for like the Barbaro, but kind of needed it for those Spear Goblins right there, so it's all good. We do get our Montar down here. He once again is going for another split push right here with his wall breakers, one side, that the other side. I don't know how that wall breaker connected, man. My skeletons just decided to drink a little bit too much elixir, and they got drunk, I guess. Alright, we do get our ability down here. One bat does survive, though. No way. Okay, guys, we're going to have to go for a Barbarian Barrel here, but we're going to take a lot of wall breaker damage. At least he's splitting up his damage a lot, though. That's the good thing for us here. He's getting a lot of damage on both sides, not just on one side. Nice, we get a Frontal Montar, which does avoid his Knight pretty easily. Oh, snap, guys, I'm in trouble. Guys, I'm in trouble. I can't stop these Evo Bats. Wait, my wall breaker's connected. Nice. Nice, man. Okay, wait. I didn't take it. I didn't take it yet. Hold up, guys. I need to get a Montar hit first. Oh, thank goodness. I was kind of worried there for a second, but we end up clutching up for the win.